In a land where every island tells a story through flavor. Welcome to the gastronomical world of the Philippines. I am Cheyenne H. Bartolome, ready to explore the rich spices, vibrant street food, and heirloom recipes that define our culture.
And I am Janelle A. Fabregar, here to dive into every simmering pot and sizzling pan that makes Filipino cuisine unforgettable. Together, we're about to take you on cinematic journey through the bold, diverse, and proudly Filipino taste of the Philippines.
Eastern Visayas is shaped by its long coastlines and fertile land, which is why farming plays such a big role in the region. It is made up of the provinces of Leyte, Southern Leyte, Samar, Northern Samar, Eastern Samar, and Biliran. Rice, coconuts, and root crops like taro are common because they grow well in the local soil and climate.
Since the area is often hit by typhoons, farmers have learned to rely on hardy, typhoon-resilient crops that can survive tough weather. With the sea on one side and coconut plantation on the other side, it's no surprise that the region's dishes are rich in seafood and flavor with coconut in many forms.
In Biliran, most people make a living through fishing and farming thanks to its rich coastal waters and fertile soil. This way of life is reflected in their local delicacies, which highlight fresh seafood, rice, coconut, and root crops grown and harvested in the province. Their top 3 delicacies are number 1, tinapaan bangus. Tinapaan comes from the word tinapa, which means smoked fish, a traditional preservation method used by fishing communities in towns like Naval. Fresh milled fish is marinated in salt, pepper, and vinegar, then smoked over charcoal until aromatic and flavorful. It's often lightly fried afterward to give the skin a crispy finish. Number 2 is puso, or locally called as pusi, is a rice-based delicacy commonly linked to farming communities and harvest gatherings. It is made from glutinous rice flour, grated young coconut, muscovado sugar, and coconut milk mixed into a thick batter. The mixture is wrapped in banana leaves and steamed until soft and slightly chewy. The third one is binagol and is named after bagol. It is a local term for taro root, a common crop in the region and Leyte. It is made by mixing grated taro, brown sugar, and coconut milk into a rich, smooth paste traditionally placed in coconut shells covered in leaves and steamed for about an hour. It develops a creamy texture and naturally sweet flavor. The people of Leyte draw their strength from the land and sea, flourishing through a vibrant economy of coconut farming, rice cultivation, and coastal fishing. These 3 delicacies are more than just treats. They are a flavorful celebration of the province's resilient agriculture and the hardworking hands that harvest its bounty. Their delicacies: number 1, binagol. The name binagol is derived from the Waray word bagol, which refers to the polished coconut shell, used as its unique container. This sweet treat is made by mixing grated taro root with rich coconut milk and sugar, often hiding a surprise center of crushed peanuts. The mixture is packed into the shells, covered with banana leaves, and steamed for about an hour until it reaches a dense, fudgy-like consistency. Number 2 is moron, or chocolate rice cake. Moron is a beloved chocolate striped rice cake that highlights the province's love for both glutinous rice and native cocoa. It is crafted by spiraling 2 distinct doughs, one plain and one chocolate infused, before wrapping them tightly in wilted banana leaves. These lugs are then boiled or steamed, resulting in a smooth, chewy snack that perfectly balances the earthy bitterness of cacao with the creaminess of coconut. Number 3 is the humba. Humba is a centerpiece of Tacloban home cooking, representing the local tradition of slow braising pork reared in coastal communities. This savory sweet dish is made by simmering pork belly in a mixture of soy sauce, vinegar, and brown sugar, flavored with salted black beans for a deep umami kick. The final touch involves adding dried banana blossoms, which soak up the rich sauces as the meat cooks until it is pork tender and melt in your mouth soft. stretching across the southern tip of Leyte and onto Panawan Island. Southern Leyte is the land defined by its volcanic soils and deep blue waters. Here, the people thrive through a harmony of coconut farming, terrace rice cultivation, and coastal fishing, turning their abundant harvest into sweet, resilient treats that can weather any storm. Their delicacies. Number 1, Bocarillo. Bocarillo is a beloved coconut candy born from the home kitchens of Maasin City, celebrating the province's vast young coconut harvest. It is made by cooking tender grated coconut meat into a mixture of evaporated milk and sugar until thick and creamy. A splash of calamansi juice and beaten eggs and stirred into a velvety texture before the mixture is cooled and hand-shaped into colorful paper-wrapped sweets. Number 2, Budbud, a staple in the coastal towns like Padre Burgos. Budbud is a sticky rice cake deeply tied to the rituals of the local fishing communities. To make this aromatic snack, glutinous rice is soaked and ground with sweetened coconut milk before being tightly rolled into banana leaves. These logs are steamed for nearly an hour, allowing in the scent of the leaves to infuse into the chewy, slightly salty rice. Number 3 is Bingka, rooted in the rice farming traditions of Hanginan. Bingka is a classic Filipino rice cake traditionally baked in a clay oven called apugon. The batter, a simple yet perfect blend of rice flour, coconut milk, and sugar, is poured into banana leaf-lined molds and topped with savory slices of salted egg and cheese. It is baked in between layers of live charcoal for 30 minutes until the edges are crisp and the center is soft and smoky.
In Samar, Eastern Samar, and Northern Samar, the people primarily rely on abundant fisheries and vast coconut plantations for their daily kinabubuhay or livelihood. These provinces leverage their hilly terrain and mangrove coast to sustain a lifestyle rooted in small-scale farming and marine harvesting, which provides the foundation for their local economy and food security. Now, let's dive into the delicacies in the Samar region. First is the Samar lechon. This iconic festive dish features a whole pig stuffed with aromatics like star anise, laurel, leaves, garlic, lemongrass, and red chili. The skin is rubbed with a carbonated soft drink for extra crunch and sweetness before being slow roasted over charcoal for 4 to 6 hours until it crackles. Next is the sagmani, a local favorite made from a blend of grated taro or gabi, coconut milk, brown sugar, and ground roasted peanuts. This mixture is packed into clean gabi or coconut shells and steamed on a low fire for 2 hours until it solidifies into a rich, sweet treat. And lastly is the maruyang hipon or shrimp fritters. These savory fritters are made by combining peeled and chopped fresh shrimp with garlic, onions, and spring onions in a thick flour and cornstarch butter. Once the butter reaches the right consistency, the mixture is fried in oil until golden and crispy. Now, let's dive into the delicacies in the Northern Samar region. First, we have the tamalos, a savory specialty consisting of tender shredded pork cooked in vinegar, garlic, and bay leaves. The meat is wrapped in rice flour wrappers along with a thick rice homemade peanut sauce and steamed for an hour to blend the flavors. Next is nilangan. This sweet delicacy is made by pounding cooked glutinous rice until it becomes sticky and uniform. It is then mixed with sugar, coconut milk, and shredded young coconut before being wrapped in banana leaves and steamed for 30 to 40 minutes. And lastly is the bola catalana, a cornflakes meatloaf made of ground pork mixed with breadcrumbs, raisins, peas, and evaporated milk. The mixture is layered with boiled eggs, cheese, and sausages, then rolled tightly in cold fat or sinsal and baked for 2 hours. For the delicacies in the Eastern Samar, we have kinilaw na labuyo. This refreshing seafood starter uses fresh tuna or mackerel that is cooked by marinating it in cane or coconut vinegar for 15 to 20 minutes. It is then toasted with chopped ginger, onions, calamansi juice, and spicy bird's eye chilies or labuyo for a sharp, zesty flavor. Next is pabulbul, a chewy kakanin made from glutinous rice that is soaked and ground with coconut milk and sugar. This mixture is folded with young coconut meat, wrapped tightly in banana leaves, and boiled for 45 minutes until perfectly tender. And lastly is the bahalina. This traditional reddish wine is crafted by fermenting cooked glutinous rice inoculated with bubud yeast. After the initial fermenting, palm sap or tuba and sugar are added, and the mixture is aged for 1 to 3 months before being strained.
SDG2 or Zero Hunger is connected to Eastern Visayas because the region composed of provinces such as Leyte, Southern Leyte, Samar, Eastern Samar, Northern Samar, and Biliran relies heavily on agriculture and fisheries, making food security and sustainable farming essentials to prevent hunger, especially in areas frequently affected by typhoons.
In Eastern Visayas, the promotion of these local dishes and agricultural products directly supports SDG 8 by fostering inclusive economic growth through value adding. By transforming raw surpluses such as taro into binagol or cacao into moron, the region boosts farmer incomes and creates opportunities for portable exports. Furthermore, the culinary traditions empower rural, cooperatives, and women-led initiatives, as seen with the production of peanut sauces and rice cakes, which provide sustainable employment and decent work for local communities.